Hey there, YouTube. This is Dan the Friendly Fat Guy. Just wanted to check in right quick with you guys today. It's been an interesting day. It's the first one I've had since I've been doing these videos that I've kind of had a down day. Things happen all the time to everybody every day that, kind of are wrinkles and frustrations and that kind of thing. But this was a little more than that. I kind of woke up today and I just knew. I was like, crap. And sometimes you can avoid that. You can kind of redirect the day. You can stop where you're at and be like, no. Just like a dog that's about to poop on the floor. Say, no, 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 no. Pick it up, toss it out the front door to the grass, and let it do its thing. Sometimes it works, but it doesn't always. And today was one of those where it just wasn't working for me. It's not that anybody at work or anything in particular at work was bad. It wasn't. I always really enjoy seeing the people there. Everything at home is good. There wasn't any problems there. Everybody's okay. There's nobody in the hospital. There's no one dying. There's no one that's injured or hurt. Everybody's doing well. Nobody lost a job or got a bad, grade and failed a class or anything. Everything's pretty good. It's just that this day just was not. And when you have depression, what people don't realize, depression is so misunderstood. It's one of those things where it's not that every day just sucks, that's not it. And it's not that you can't feel joy at times, and it's not that you can't, have a good time. It's that when you have the lows, they're really low, and the lows happen more often with depression because your chemicals are messed up in your brain. It's a legitimate thing. Now, there's lots of ways to work on that. Some people take medication, some people work out really hard, and some people just kind of deal with it day to day. For me, I used to be on medication. I was on for many years. It worked really well. But there was a complication with the meds I was on with another thing that I had going on where I was in the hospital a couple times with some pretty scary stuff, which I'll talk about later. But it turns out that the antidepressants I was on were a contributing factor to the frequency of this thing that was happening, and so I pulled off of them, and I've been doing pretty well. I'm very fortunate. My people at work, where I work, they understand about the kind of struggles and that kind of thing that people have. So I've been really lucky. My boss has actually been pretty good about it, and the people I work with understand. And I've been able to, for the most part, just kind of kick myself and say, hey, this is the only life you got. It's the best one you got. Let's do it right. And I've been able, for the most part, to do okay. But there are still those days, and it's just rough. Like I said, the lows get really low. And, I'm not saying that I'm suicidal or anything like that. It's not like that. Sometimes it gets there, depending on what your issues are. Anybody with depression can tell you that sometimes you do get there. But it's one of those things that you learn, and you learn about how you are and how it works for you, and you're able to head stuff like that off most of the time. Like I said, it wasn't like that today. It just was one of those days where I was like, oh, crap. In a future video in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to talk about some stuff about different things that have happened to me that make it difficult for me to, get angry. I have a pretty long fuse in general. I always have, but there's some things in my life that have made it to where I just don't get upset about things. It's the way I was brought up. It's the way that, my mom wanted me to be so that I didn't hurt anybody as a kid. And, that's one of the things that makes it really hard is sometimes I feel like, maybe if I just was allowed to fully feel that feeling, if I could really just wrap my head around it, then maybe I could let some of this frustration go. And one of the reasons I'm a big guy is, there have been times in my life that I've been very angry and frustrated, and instead of going and wailing on a punching bag, or even if it was surrounding a person, even if they deserved to have their butt kicked, I would just go and I'd be like, all right, so, let's go have some pizza. And, without realizing it, I was hurting myself, pushing it down, pushing it deeper and deeper down and just making my issues worse. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I just wanted to share with everybody, not every day is a good day. Not every day is a perfect day. It doesn't mean we can't make things good. It doesn't mean we can't make our lives good. And it doesn't mean that, going forward in the future is going to be bad. The hardest thing of having depression, especially really deep depression, major depression as they call it, or if you have bipolar disorder or something like that, or even if you're just really down about what's going on around you, the hardest thing is to realize that when you're in the deepest, darkest moments, you kind of have tunnel vision. It's like you're in a cave. You can't see around you. But when you're in a cave, you don't realize there's so much more in the world outside. There's beautiful grass and trees and flowers and air and clouds and the sunshine and, animals and everything that's so cool about the world. And when you're in that cave, it's dark and it's damp and it's scary and you can't feel where your feet are going next, and you just don't know, what's going on, and you're lost. And if I can offer one thing with my sharing this day of mine, nobody is ever lost. There are people that care about you, even if you don't even realize it. There are people that care about you. The world is a good place, and it is out there beyond those walls that you feel. And as long as you keep moving forward, the next day can be better. And the next day can be better after that. And even when you have a hard day like this, it doesn't mean that everything is over. It means that, you knocked out another hard day, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and you're alive, and you're still ready to go. So tomorrow's going to be a good day. Anyway, like I said, this is Dan, the Friendly Fat Guy, signing off. Have a good one, everybody.